The subject of money is one that should be handled with care. So many people are divided on how to handle their finances that they choose to ignore the subject completely in favor of concentrating solely on accumulating and dispensing cash. This video will outline 10 money blunders you must avoid at all costs. There are basically two types of people: those who increase their wealth and those who lose it. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. To say the least, it's not uncommon to hear of people who have been blessed with a large sum of money lose it all within a short period of time. A person who made an enormous amount of money but lost it is a good example. Though he amassed more than $300 million in career earnings as a boxer, Mike Tyson. Paul was reported to owe more than $20 million when he declared bankruptcy in 2003. Money mistakes are inevitable, and they can have a devastating effect on your finances, no matter how much money you have. Here are the first 10 things that you need to avoid. Using drugs, or cigarettes to get high. The occasional use of drugs in college may have been amusing and seemed harmless at the time, but the truth is that continued use can be harmful to your health and your bank account. Many people who use drugs and cigarettes are stifling their ability to achieve financial freedom by spending a lot of money each week or year. It costs $9 per pack of cigarettes to smoke one pack per day, which works out to $63 per week, or $3,287.34 per year, which is enough money to pay for property taxes, or a 2-week getaway for many people who use drugs and cigarettes. Unfortunately, many people get hooked on these substances through curiosity or peer pressure. For your health and your wallet, it's best to avoid spending money on these products as much as possible in the long run. If you're a young adult, it can be tempting to spend more than your income, especially after graduating from college, when you're making steady money for the first time in your life. But the problem is that you'll end up living paycheck to paycheck if your income isn't sufficient to cover the cost of these purchases. There's a phenomenon known as lifestyle inflation, where an increase in income leads to an increase in expenses. Increase in wages should serve as a warning against increase in cost of living. And with this, you should use this money to invest and acquire assets in order to increase your net worth. Because of their low self-esteem, many people spend beyond their means in order to appear better than others, and they do so in order to boost their self-esteem. However, as Dave Ramsey pointed out, this is faulty thinking, because we spend money we don't have on things we don't need just to impress people we don't like. You can grow financially if you learn to put off gratification and stop worrying about what other people think about you. Overspending is a major problem in today's society, and social media is a major factor in this. There will always be others to compete with or show off to when it comes to impressing others. You have no business spending $2,000 on a gadget when your monthly salary is only $3,000. Create a budget and keep track of your expenses if you want to avoid going over your income. Many people put their money into things based on advice from friends or a strong belief that the prices of popular stocks will keep rising. In today's world, real estate is a popular asset class for most people. Owning an investment property is often viewed as a surefire way to increase one's net worth, with the expectation that monthly rent payments and other sources of income will begin to flow. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. There is always a risk involved in any investment. In order for an investor to ensure that their money is being put to good use, they must have a thorough understanding of the market or product they plan to invest in. In other words, do your research before jumping into something, just because your friends or a salesperson told you about the lucrative opportunities it offers. Get-rich-quick schemes are now onto the next best thing. It's a surefire way to lose money. If you fall for a get-rich-quick schemes such as Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and overnight money offers are all set up to make their creators rich by swindling you of your money. Caution is advised if you're considering a new business venture and see opportunities that promise high returns with minimal risk. Consider this. If it takes 20 years to earn $200,000 in a career, and a new business claims that you can do so in a year, wouldn't everyone be doing it? Always use your best judgment before signing in the dotted line when it comes to making money quickly. A lack of an emergency fund ranks 5th on the list. Life doesn't always go your way, and sometimes you'll need money to fix the situation you're in. Nearly 40% of American adults can't afford to cover a $400 emergency with cash savings or a credit card charge that they can pay off quickly, according to a Federal Reserve study in 2019. In order to come up with the $400, about 27% of those polled said they would borrow money or sell something. An additional 13% said they couldn't afford it at all. When it comes to saving money for an emergency, you don't have to be one of those people. You only have to set up a 10% automatic deduction from your paycheck with your employer, and the rest of your paycheck will be deposited into a savings account. Most financial gurus recommend saving 6 months worth of living expenses, but if you want to be extra cautious, 1 year's worth is a great goal to set. The 6th digit, as a general rule, most people have only one source of income, and this income usually comes in the form of a salary. Job security isn't as secure as people think it is, meaning that if your job was your only source of income, your income dried up overnight. As a tree, you should think of yourself as a source of income and not just rely on a single branch to produce fruit. This is not only wise, but a safe way to ensure that your money works hard for you at night. And it's actually a good idea to keep learning new ways to do so. Relying heavily on credit cards is on number 7. A large portion of the population, while credit cards can be useful for some purchases, they can also be a quick path to debt for others. When used excessively, credit cards can lead to financial ruin. They encourage impulse buying by giving you the impression that you can afford anything with a simple swipe of your card. As a matter of fact, according to a 2001 MIT study, consumers spent up to 100% more when they paid with a credit card rather than cash. Because when you pay with your cash, you're actually handing over money, and seeing the money disappear from your wallet, you'll feel the financial impact of the purchase much more strongly than when you pay with the credit. Being afraid to take financial risk is a number 8. As the saying goes, no risk, no reward. And in order to make money, you need to take risk. However, the risks you take need to be calculated. For example, putting your money in an index fund is higher risk than leaving your money in an interest-bearing account. An index fund that mirrors the stock market's movements has historically returned 7% annually, which is calculated risk that I believe is worth taking. Number 9. Save instead of invest. The only money you should keep in savings account is what you need for day-to-day expenses and an unexpected cash outlay. In other words, you must save in order to invest rather than saving solely for the sake of it. Money saved without a plan will be spent on things that are not worth it. For example, if you leave money in your bank account, you'll be tempted to spend it on material goods like a new car, new clothes, or entertainment instead of investing it. It's much more profitable to generate new sources of income than to let your money depreciate in the bank, whether it's stocks, real estate, REITs, or startups. The 10th position 1. Bank account for all of your financial transactions. One bank account can be dangerous for several reasons. As a first step, keeping all of your emergency funds and college savings in a single account will make managing your finances much more difficult. If you splurge and spend this money, you may risk not having emergency cash or tuition money readily available when you need it, if you don't save it. In the event that something goes wrong, you should have at least 3 bank accounts, one of which should be reserved for emergency funds. Then there's a third account I call the play account, which you can use to pay for your regular expenses. If you want to automate your savings process and ensure that your wealth grows over time, you should set up an untouchable account. This account can be used as a savings account, where paycheck deductions are directed every month so you can automate your savings process and ensure that your wealth grows over time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.